Hey folks, Liam here. It's been a while since I've spoken with you, but something happened today in our country that I just had to say something about. Um, Probably one of the most disturbing uh, travesties and attack on our democracy that I've seen, certainly in my lifetime, happened today when the home of our former president, Donald Trump, was raided by the FBI under the pretext of looking for documents uh, that's covered by the Presidential Records Act. Um, Apparently, 30 FBI agents went into the president's home while he was not there. He's in New York, and his home was in Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida. They went in there and went from room to room, grabbing whatever they wanted. They even had a safe cracker with them that actually cracked a safe. And then when they got inside, opened the safe, they found out there was nothing there. Apparently, they removed 15 boxes of documents. Uh, let's let's think about what really happened here today. Okay, this was not about the National Archives wanting their records back. This was the politicalization of the of a law enforcement arm of our federal government going into a private citizen's home, who this in this case happened to be the former president of the United States, violated his Fourth Amendment rights. And let's review the Fourth Amendment here. Um, it says the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the person or things to be seized. Now, the FBI went in there claiming they had been asked by the National Archives to retrieve documents that the former president, may have removed from the White House, including some classified documents, which is laughable because the President of the United States is the ultimate classification authority on what is and is not classified documents. So he could basically take whatever he wants. Okay, this has never happened in the history of our country, not ever. What this is about is a couple of things. The Democrats are desperately trying to hold on to power. They understand that they have fucked this country up beyond recognition in the last 18 months. And they know that we know that we see it, we feel it every day in our pocketbooks, and we see what's happening. And they know that they're about to get their asses kicked in November, and then probably again in 2024. So here we are 90 days before the November election, and they decide to raid the former president's house. Okay? They've been running this farce called the January 6th Commission, when this show trial, which anybody that's familiar with history and the history of Marxism, Communism, Leninism, Stalinism, all the isms, will know what a show trial is. That's what this has been. Okay, there has been no opportunity for the Trump side or the conservative side to cross-examine witnesses or present witnesses or anything. This has all been a one-sided thing put on national television, trying to dupe the gullible into believing there was some big insurrection on January 6th. When what it really was a bunch of people who happened to own that building, by the way. The Capitol building belongs to you and me. A bunch of people walking around, okay? If there are individual people who damaged property or did things that they weren't supposed to do, then yeah, they should be prosecuted. But this is a witch hunt trying to get Donald J. Trump disqualified from running for president in 2024 because they are terrified of the man, because they know that he's going to beat their ass. There's no other way to say it. Okay, They know that we're fed up. Even some of their own, even liberals are getting fed up. Independents are fed up. Obviously, conservatives are fed up. And they know that if Donald J. Trump runs for president in 2024, he's gonna clean the floor with them. Okay. But anyway, getting back to what happened today. This is a fishing expedition. They went into there under the guise of retrieving these documents, which, by the way, they've been talking to Trump's team about for some time, and they've been going back and forth about, okay, yeah, we'll do this. And the way this is normally handled is that the National Archives will work with the outgoing president's team or the official or the former official. Remember Hillary Clinton? Will work with them to get the documents returned. Of course, when Hillary failed to return the documents that had already been subpoenaed, there was no raid on her house. You know, there weren't no 30 FBI agents didn't show up on her doorstep. But yet today, that's what happened. Okay, that's because the FBI has been weaponized. They're the Praetorian Guard for this Marxist, Leninist, Stalinist, totalitarian government that people were stupid enough to put into place. And they're on a fishing expedition, probably trying to find anything they possibly can, just vacuuming up everything, anything that they can possibly see that they might find something that they could use to disqualify Trump from running in 2024. That's what this is all about. And folks, if they can do this to a former president of the United States, what could they do to you and me? I'll tell you what they could do to you and me. They're preparing to do it. They've just gotten in this bill that they're trying to get through Congress, which it'll pass because, you know, the Democrats will in the House will pass it. It's already passed the Senate on a 50-50 vote with the Vice President casting the tiebreaker vote. But they're going to authorize 87,000 additional IRS agents. We've seen the IRS used as a weapon before. Remember Lois Lerner? Now they're about to come after you and me. And by me making this video, I'm probably drawing a big target on my back. You know, I don't have anything for them to get. So bring it on. Our country is too important. We've got to start standing up and fighting for our country, fighting for our constitutional republic. And I'm going to ask every one of you tomorrow, which I intend to do. I'm going to be calling Mike McCall's office, who's my congressman, and I'm going to ask Mike McCall to draft articles of impeachment for Attorney General Merrick Garland and for the FBI Director Christopher Wray. And I want those articles of impeachment submitted on the very first day that the Republicans gain control of Congress. They need to go. They're crooks. And then another thing I'm going to ask you to do is to vote. We don't fight the way they fight. They fight dirty. You know, I've always said that before the last couple of years, I always said, you know, Democrats are decent, are good people with just horrible ideas. No, they're not. They're just horrible fucking people. They're horrible, horrible people. So they fight dirty. We fight fair. And when I say fight, I mean in November, let's all go and cast our votes to get rid of these bums, as many of these bums as we possibly can. And let's put people in place that are going to clean house. Donald Trump's already said that if he gets reelected in 2024, he's going to fire 50,000 federal employees. I personally think it ought to be about 200,000, but 50,000 is a good start. And what needs to happen is the executive and the legislative branches need to work together to dismantle the FBI and to revamp the Justice Department. The FBI is a criminal organization. They need to be broken apart and reconstituted in a way with good people in place, people that are there to do the right things. And they need to put a stop to this 87,000 additional IRS agents. We're begging for Border Patrol agents. We don't have enough Border Patrol agents. It's like we need about 30,000 more. And what are their answers? Well, we can't afford to give you 30,000 more Border Patrol agents, but we'll give you 87,000 more IRS agents. And then also, I don't know if you heard, but they just ordered almost $1 million of additional ammunition. The IRS is becoming one of the largest purchasers of ammunition in the United States. Wonder why that is. Wonder what they're planning. I can tell you what they're planning. They're coming after you and me. I'm not one of these conspiracy guys. I usually call bullshit on most of these things I see, all these Alex Jones stuff and all that. It's bullshit. But the handwriting is on the wall, folks. And I wouldn't put anything past the leftist that these American Marxists who've taken control of our government, and it's time we take control back. Sorry to pop back on the scene with such a negative message, but it's really a positive message in that there are things that you and I can do, and we can take our country back, and we need to do that starting in November of this year, and then be prepared to do it again in 2024. But let's get the ball rolling and get started in November. And like I said, please call your congressman. Ask them to draft articles of impeachment for Attorney General Merrick Garland and FBI Director Christopher Wray, because they both need to go. They're crooks. And ask them while you're on the phone. Ask them particularly if their seat's up for re-election, just ask them, will they commit to support the Constitution, to actually support and defend it the way their oath says they're going to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic? And will they be an America First representative or senator or whatever office they're running for? If they can't answer yes to both those questions, then you just tell them you're not going to vote for them. But anyway, like I said, this is very disturbing, and you're not going to see this in the mainstream media. They're going to sugarcoat it. They're going to make this sound like a positive thing. Folks, never in the history of our country has a former president's home been raided by a government entity. And this case is particularly disturbing because not only is Trump a former president, but he's a potential future presidential candidate that they're trying to take out. They're trying to take your choice away from you. You've got a choice whether or not to vote for Trump again or not if he runs. They want to take that choice away from you because they are absolutely terrified of the man. Anyway, thanks for listening. Talk with you soon. I've got a lot more to say on some other issues that have happened here in the last few months that I've been silent on, and I'll be back to address those. But this thing that happened today is way, way, way too important to let pass without talking about it. So please contact your congressman, get ready to vote, and let's all work together to take our country back. Thanks. God bless you guys, and God bless America.